AI will kill all the lawyers. A barrister's warning. I'm going to put it in the newsletter because it's good fun. Basically, the journalist goes out for drinks with a senior English barrister and proceeds to just get him drunk. I don't know about the ethics of this piece, but it's very revealing. So they go through several cocktails, and every time they have a drink, it's mentioned. But the barrister, the senior barrister, is basically saying, it's game over for us lawyers. And he's saying, I'm old, I'm going to be retiring soon, but if you are young and moving into law right now, you're in a lot of trouble. So he's called James, he's anonymous. James has come to believe that AI will completely destroy the law as we know it, wrecking careers, ending systems, making thousands jobless. And the Armageddon, he says, is coming faster than anyone realizes. You saw headlines about the Sandy Peggy case, where the judge allegedly used AI. Believe me, this is just the beginning. AI is coming for us all. Last week, we did an experiment, a kind of simulation. We took a real, recent and important case, a complex civil court appeal, which I wrote, and it took me a day and a half. So this is a senior barrister. It took him a day and a half to write it. We redacted all identifying details for anonymity and confidentiality, and we fed the same case to Grok-heavy AI. We asked it to do what I did. The end result was spectacular. It did it in 30 seconds, and it was much better than mine. And remember, I am very good at this. It was at the level of a truly great KC, the best possible legal document, all done in seconds for pennies. How can any of us compete? It was the best legal document, the best work possible, done in seconds and for pennies. How can you compete? If something is fast, cheap, and good, that knocks the economics out, and humans cannot compete. It says it will work its way up the legal hierarchy, the grunt work, then the drafting, the citation, the argumentation. Eventually, the majority of legal jobs will be replaced. Process lawyers are doomed. AI will handle the most complex probate and conveyance cases in seconds. It's relatively algorithmic, that doesn't require a huge amount of creativity, but just needs to go through the process, then AI, done. The most complicated human skill will be to scan and digitize paper documents. Barristers will make arguments in courtrooms drafted by AI. People will wonder why they are paying human barristers £200,000, and they too will disappear. With exceptions, law is finished for almost everyone, maybe even judges, as we've seen in the past few days. So I'm going to put this in the article, in the newsletter. It's an interesting piece. It is highly anecdotal. It is one senior barrister who's getting drunk with his friend, but I think it's probably accurate. AI is coming for most jobs, especially for things like law, where a lot of it is algorithmic. It will be coming for the low-level jobs first. So when you become a law clerk, you're going to be doing an awful lot of like discovery, which is basically going through a lot of documents and finding patterns and cross-referencing. AI is really good at that. So that's going to knock the bottom out of the legal industry. Then you're not going to have people who are learning the ropes. They're not going to be cutting their teeth on that grunt work because that's been replaced. So how do you move them into higher echelons? So you end up with a pyramid with the bottom collapsed, people not moving up. At the same time, the AI is getting better and better. It is moving from, what's the one he says here? From grunt work, then drafting, citation, then argumentation. It will be moving up as the AI gets more and more advanced. And it will be brought in to these firms because remember, the people who are running these firms are closing in on retirement and they want to make as much money as they possibly can in the next 10 years. So you bring in artificial intelligence to help to increase those margins by removing labor, which is extremely expensive. So you can retire in 10 years, be in a comfortable position, and don't really care that much about the future of the firm or the future of the industry as a whole. James seems cheery given his theme. To be honest, a lot of lawyers deserve what's coming. Again, he is a senior barrister. Too many are greedy, selfish, not yet self-aware. They create complexity purely so that they can make more work for themselves. Activist judges are a curse which will soon be lifted. Maybe in the end this will be a good thing, even if 100,000 unemployed barristers will be a bit destabilizing. Think of an army of penniless, pompous, progressive lawyers with nothing to do. Obviously, I'm not going to say any of this to any of them. They would hate me, but someone has to be honest. I have one last question. Right now, young people are studying law and considering doing so. Does James have any advice? James says, my niece is a lovely girl, really smart, great at school, and the other day she told me she wanted to be a lawyer, and I thought, my little niece wants to be a lawyer. I told her, I said, please do not destroy your life. Do not get into a lifetime of debt for a job that will not exist in 10 years or less.